Back. Y'all enjoyed it? I'm throwing these in there, you know, Alright.
You're a fucking dumbass. Like, why did you change your jerseys to the white jersey, you fucking retard?
Alright, wow. Sign in. No. Don't play for him. Okay.
Who you got in the Domkin? So no play action.
Hello everybody, I'm Larry Ridley and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Dolphins.
Stream up.
Bengals.
Y'all got it on your phone or
Let's
whatever.
get you out to the stadium. Standing by tonight are our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Hey, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Bye, guys.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll get it out near the 35, right at the 34 here.
That was not a completion that resulted in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, here's Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They go play action here on first down. As he pulls it in. They practice this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
It always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Tannehill.
How does that pick? Come on, Bernard. What the fuck are you doing?
Inside the 15, shy of the 10. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And here's a look at the starting offense. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And incomplete. His tight end Jordan Cameron the intended target. And just like that, it's third down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Geno Atkins is an absolute force as a defensive tackle. Forces every offense that he plays against to alter their game plan.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. On 4th down, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Perfect. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
How? I countered it the other way. Why did he? It even showed me the play yard going the other way. That don't make no fucking sense.
Get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, 2 guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
Oh, excellent coverage, actually. He put a blanket on him with no flag.
Gotta be careful here, Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. First try for this offense today. Our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use him in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Back into the end zone on 3rd and long. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And out come the Dolphins now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On second down, here's Tannehill. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Where is my fucking dude that's supposed to be out there? That's fake, man.
And for a Miami touchdown. Aaron Foster, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead.
And that's another route the defenders would
Get the fucking ball. What the fuck is you doing?
Without a doubt, you're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they sit down behind the sideline, you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, the defenders hated it. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play. Yeah.
That too.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton.
Bad pass.
His throw here is
Wrong fucking
incomplete.
button. Bullshitting.
And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
The competition to go to the Pro Bowl at safety is fierce in the NFL. But Rashad Jones makes his case year in and year out as one who should go.
They come out here in the eye. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he tackled at about the 35. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Good play to the right side. It's Eifert. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles. In a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. And the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside. Because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. First down coming there in the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. Again, here's Bernard. And they'll take this into After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20 this year.
Oh. Yeah, he's gonna have to work on some medium range type shit.
Here they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill being chased out left. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now a handoff looking right. Bolts over it. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
2nd down following the run. Foster alone in the backfield. To throw is Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's giving him. It's the tight end Cameron. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, that's your tight end. Let him get some rap.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
A good pick up there, 20 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Arian Foster out of the backfield. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy that can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
So the D-line's going to spread out. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the first round pick, William Jackson the 3rd. And the return will stop a well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on the toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now Bernard. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They come out here in the air. It's second down. Don't look it. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Play called inside post.
Second down incompletion. Now brings up third down. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Third down. A shot here for Dolphin. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they show to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Look at it, 6.
And there's a flag on the field.
Bringing up all the flags. Whoa, Jack, that rail's going off on somebody. Ever? He bad. Get the fuck over here. He's going on something like that, yo. One of these niggas.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. As he sees the play clock ticking down, Marvin Lewis decides to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
You can't be serious, yo. He was wide open. Oh, my God.
5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. Second down, Dolphin. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Jarred loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to
penalty, kill them, Jarred.
and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
Third and long. What will Dolphin dial up? He's going to try and go deep again. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Where the fuck did the ball go? Why does it do that?
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Kick, almost a pooch punt. Landry now on the return.
Yeah, everybody getting shoulder pads.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
Man, fuck.
Set up the screen. That's complete.
Fake ass game, man.
All the way in for the Miami touchdown.
Point calling right calls, man. Just gives you shit when it wants to give you shit. Fucking bullshit.
The game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. Franks to add the PAT. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Louis Delmas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. Tannehill on 1st down. And a catch made by Leonte Carew. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
From the 50, it's Tannehill finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They send Green to the left on his own. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just... Starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They'll run it here with Bernard, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here's Bernard, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more? Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Jordan Cameron is tight end, the intended receiver, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Matt Darr now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game. Now a carry for Bernard. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him. And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On second down, Hill. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Well, so many times we look at a short run, and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They send Green to the left on his own. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that? It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. And they'll send the slot in motion left. A first down throw coming for Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground. It's Hill. A strong running. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
It's a four-receiver look, all to the left side. They look to throw on third with Dalton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now they try the right side here. And he's got room. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jeremy Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. So they're going to go for two. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Here's Dalton to throw for. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. On first down, Tannehill. And caught by Cameron right side. 13 yards there on the pickup. And the Dolphins have a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Back now in Cincinnati. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. And the offense lining up first and 10. They go play action here on first down. And it's caught by the tight end Cameron. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for the Dolphins. 35 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Justin Hunter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the fourth. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Now Jones. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. This one brought in by the rookie. It's Tyler Boyd. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. The first down throw coming for Dalton. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is. Boy, he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
They send Green to the left on his own. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And there's a flag on the play. Caught Eifert over the middle. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Five receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. It's second down. Dalton looking. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
So they're operating in the red zone. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Fighting through. Given 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter who the runner is going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner. Make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And they want plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal. But on that play, the best laid plans did not work.
First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And Ndamukong Suh's second tackle for loss on the game. Strength is the #1 thing you think of with him. But let's not underestimate his hands. You know, it's almost like he goes for martial arts practice. I'm not sure that he does, but it's like he does that. They're so strong, so heavy, that he's able to get people off of him and go make plays.
Now I'm just picturing him doing martial arts.
I'm not sure he needs it to get done when he gets done. He is just so strong. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Dalton on 3rd and goal. That's caught at the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do him much good. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Andy Dalton, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
A little seesaw battle,
right?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. Here's Dalton to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So now here come the Dolphins. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. On first down, it's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Second and 10, Tannehill once more. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And there's a good opportunity. Just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Time for a break. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Matt Darr now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Matt Darr now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. They come out here in the eye. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
They get 31 yards that time. And the Bengals are going to have a first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender is bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
This is Johnson, the fullback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Dalton with a give to Hill. And this play go. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down. So now Dalton. And this one is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther. There was the target, and that'll bring up 4th down. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Surveying the field. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
And that is incomplete. Justin Hunter, the one he was searching for. And it'll be 4th down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense, and what are the advantages of being in zones? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. The Bengals getting set to go. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL... let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
4 down, 4 down. 10, blue, 10.
On the toss, Bernard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
380. 380. 47 the mic. 47 the mic.
Dalton wants to throw. Green with a catch left side. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. Not running, Dalton. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock gets all the zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's Mike Nugent now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. One last throw here for Tannehill. He's got time in the pocket. Carew's got it complete. And he's into the clear. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. Tannehill going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. And, you know, every win is sweet, and I'm sure...